Hi guys, so I just wanted to make another video while I was sitting here drinking my red tea, pomegranate, and passion fruit, you see, and drawing pictures of flowers and my little people. You see, they're so happy, a guy and a girl, they're in love. And my flower, don't hate on my artistry. Is that even a word? Anyways, I was talking to my best friend on the phone like I do every day, and it popped into my head that the Bible talks about friendship quite often, and I think a lot of people, a lot of the times, overpass that. And maybe not on purpose, maybe they just don't think about it in that context. Um, but one Bible verse that stuck out to me today while I was on Tumblr somehow, don't really know how it happened because I don't even think I've ever heard this Bible verse before. I mean, I'm sure it was put out there to me at some point, or somebody mentioned it, or mentioned the book at least that it comes from, but it was never just put out there to me, and if it was, I never thought about it the way that I'm about to explain it. But hear me out, because when you first do read it, probably the first thing that comes to mind is friendship. It's in Ecclesiastes. I think I said that right. If not, forgive me. Forgive me. It's in chapter 4, verses 9 through 12, and this is what it reads. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their work. If one falls down, his friend can help him up. But pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of three strands is not quickly broken. And basically that's God telling us right there that friendship is something that we need, something that helps us thrive and grow as people. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other Bible verses that are about friendship and how it's a prized possession and never to take it for granted. And I agree 1,000% with all of those. But this one really stuck out to me, and I don't know why. Um, but God is telling us two is better than one. And I think that's a sign that all this backstabbing is going on, if that's what we want to call it, and people not being friends over the smallest things. Because in 20 years, when you look back, and somebody you were best friends with for almost 5 years, you lost a friendship over something so small as either them getting a new girlfriend, or them hanging out with somebody that you particularly didn't like, or because you guys went to two different schools, you couldn't stay in contact, or because you started your faith in God and they strayed away from God. That that is the best opportunity for friendship. That is your chance to witness to them and to maybe be their light in the darkness. Because there's a Brit Nicole song called Lost Get Found, and look it up on YouTube. It's a great song. And it says, don't give up, because you could be somebody's reason to believe. And I think that's one reason why I haven't given up on a lot of my friends who aren't as close to God as I am now. And don't get me wrong, I plan on sharing my testimony with the world of YouTube and Tumblr and Twitter one day, because I came from a struggle and I'm glad to be where I am. But back to the point of this video, the Bible has a lot to say about friendship. So, if you have good verses about friendship, comment and leave them and let me know what they are, because I'd love to, you know, read more and do a blog about them. But just know that you need friends. Like it says, two are better than one. And I know you've heard that not just about friendship, but a lot of things. And just take that to heart and really appreciate your friends and let them know how blessed you are to have them in your life. And be there for them when they need you the most. And the times when they fall, don't leave them. Don't leave them there on the ground. It's your job to pick them up. It's your job to help heal the wounded. And when they're brokenhearted, that's when they need you the most. And that's when they need you to help them get back on their feet and start over again. It takes a lot to be a good friend. It's not an easy job by any means, because there are days that I want to kill my best friends. And I only have two. I only have two, and that's good enough for me. I have a lot of other friends, but I only have two best friends that I know would be there every time I fall, no matter if I wrong them or not. It's all about forgiveness in a friendship or in any type of relationship. And I'm blessed to have the two best friends that I do. Shout out to Vanessa And shout out to Andrea. Vanessa, we've been going strong since seventh grade. That's a long time. But, anyways, just hold your friendships close to your heart if they mean that much to you, and don't give up on them. Because when you start to give up, don't be surprised if God starts. Well, no, I wouldn't say that. God doesn't turn his back on you. He's never gonna leave you nor forsake you. But don't give up on your friends, because God never gave up on you, and He's not going to. The minute you give up on them, who's to say God won't look the other way when you need Him the most? Sure, He won't, but still, that's the way you need to think about it. What would Jesus do? It's my bracelet. What? WWJD, what would Jesus do? He wouldn't turn his back on somebody he called a friend. This video is really long. It's almost 6 minutes, so I'm going to end it and just know that friendship is something hard to come by and not easy to keep. So when you got a good one, don't let them slip away.